Dr. John Lee is a retired professor of pathology. He joins us tonight. Doctor, thanks so much for coming on. So from a medical standpoint, epidemiological standpoint, how would you assess our country's, our political leaders' response to this pandemic? Has it been effective?
Well, I think we can understand why they did it, because, it seemed very scary, and we had very distressing pictures beamed in from places like Italy and China and New York. But I think the question is, what do we do next? I mean, now that we've got ourselves into this position, should we be continuing with it? And the information that we've got is different than it was a few weeks ago, and it's clear that the virus is not anywhere near as scary as it first appeared to be. It is a nasty virus. That's true. It is killing people. It does cause nasty infections. But whereas the original death rate was thought to be around 3.4%, it's now going to be somewhere between 0.2 and 0.1%, which is 17 to 34 times less. And whereas the epidemiological models were predicting that maybe 80% of us were going to catch it at any one time, it looks like that's probably going to be near the 15% mark. So, the scary pictures that we saw from some of these places probably were more to do with specific factors to do with those places than the virus itself. And what we've got to do now is question whether prolonging the lockdown is a sensible response to what is not as big a threat as we originally thought it was.
Do you think prolonging the lockdown, which in many places is happening and has officially been prolonged, do you think that's an appropriate response from an epidemiological standpoint?
Well, I don't think it is, actually, because I think not only is the virus not as bad as we thought it was, but the lockdown is causing manifest harms. I mean, Hippocrates 2,500 years ago told us that a key thing in medicine was first do no harm. So you've got to be sure that your cure is better than what you're trying, that your treatment is going to be better than the disease. And whereas COVID is clearly causing illness and death, it's mainly causing that in groups of people who actually already have quite serious, life-threatening conditions, and also, age is not on their side often. And that isn't to say that, everybody's life isn't important. But the question is, should we be, taking the livelihoods and affecting the lives and education and well-being of the large majority of the population who really aren't going to be affected much by this disease, in order, in theory, to maybe protect some people who are going to be affected by this disease? It seems to me that the Swedish model of, carrying on, reasonably normally, but with some social responsibility in trying to isolate ourselves from this virus, is a sensible model. But the thing is, there's no science of lockdown. This sort of totalitarian response to a virus has never been tried before. And fundamentally, although you can make arm-waving suggestions that doing the lockdown might be slowing the spread, you can make equally valid arm-waving suggestions that it isn't slowing the spread at all. I mean, every time you breathe out when you've got this virus asymptomatically, you breathe out 10 million virus particles. These spread on the wind. Do we really think that keeping 2 meters apart from other people is going to stop the spread?
It doesn't seem to have done that so far at all. Dr. Lee, thank you for your perspective tonight. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you.